ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, ਗਰੀਬ ਨਵਾਜ ਚਵਰ ਤਖਤ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਿਕ Guru Nanak Dev Ji Padshah Ji have blessed us all to be sitting here today. Sangat Ji, we're going to sing a Shabad that is blessed to all of us by Guru Nanak Dev Ji Padshah. Rajan Singh will sing the Shabad first up to the Rahau Pangtiyan. Then we'll go through what Guru Sahib Ji is saying to us, and then we'll continue to sing the Shabad. The Shabad that we're going to sing is Guru Nanak Dev Ji Padshah Ji. They recited these words to their mother, to Mata Tripta Ji. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Padshah Ji said these words, and we'll go through what the conversation was after we've sang a few lines. The Shabad is Akhaa, Jeevaa, Visarai, Mar Jaao, Akhan, Akhaa, Sacha, Naam. So Sangat Ji, just before we sing this Shabad, I often think that we all know that Bhai Vir Singh Ji has made very popular for all of us the 3 pillars, the 3 golden rules, the foundation of Sikhi. Bhai Vir Singh Ji said that the foundation and these 3 pillars of Sikhi are Naam Japna, Kirat Karni, Vand Ke Chakna. But Sangat Ji, this is a reflection of Bhai Vir Singh Ji, and a very true reflection that everybody today knows of these 3 things that Guru Nanak Dev Ji has given to their Sikhs. But Sangat Ji, to be able to maintain this path, to be able to stay on this path of Naam, when Guru Nanak Dev Ji was asked this question by the yogis, where do you get your strength from? Where do you get your power from? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Padshah Ji said to the yogis, they said that Gur Sangat Bani Bina Duji Ot Nahi Hai Rai. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji went up to the mountains, and the yogis asked Guru Nanak Dev Ji, what miracle brought you here that you was able to climb these mountains? And Sangat Ji, sometimes that we popularize things like, well, Guru Nanak Dev Ji must have just closed their eyes, clicked their fingers, and by some form of miracle, Guru Nanak Dev Ji then just appeared at the top of this mountain. These mountains that even mountaineers that struggle to climb today with all the equipment that they have. But it's so amazing when we look at our history. Principal Satbir Singh, he writes in Balyo Chirag that when he did his research, that he found that Guru Nanak Dev Ji physically prepared to climb this mountain as well. Guru Nanak Dev Ji wore the appropriate clothes to climb this mountain as well. Guru Nanak Dev Ji had their mountaineer stick to climb this mountain. They didn't just close their eyes and then just magically appear at the top of the mountain. Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bhai Mardana Ji climbed this mountain. And when they climbed this mountain wearing the right clothing for climbing that mountain, going up where it's going to be freezing conditions. And they said that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is wearing clothes, leather clothes, appropriate for the weather and climbing. But when Guru Nanak Dev Ji came and reached at the top, but what was it? What was the inner strength that Guru Nanak Dev Ji spoke about to the yogis? Because they said, what is it? What special mantra did you recite and sing to bring you here and bring you to the top here? And what was it that Guru Nanak Dev Ji said? That if we look at this conversation, if we go and look at the lines before, so they said, these are the Siddhs, now the yogis saying to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, this Bhai Gurdas Ji saying that, Siddh bolan sun Nanaka. Bhai Gurdas Ji writes this, and they said that the yogis said to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Siddh bolan sun Nanaka, O Nanak, listen, tuhe jag no kya karamat dikhai. When you're there, and we're here at the top of these mountains, meditating, keeping away and staying away from the world, what is it? What is the miracle that you show the world that you have become known as this great Guru? And then, kuj vikhale asanu. They said, show us a miracle that you perform to the world. Kuj vikhale asanu tuhi kyon till avehi lai. This is till na karo. Basically, don't delay in showing us what is that miracle that you are showing to the world, that now they fall at your feet and take you as a guru. Baba bole Nath ji. This is what Guru Nanak Dev Ji replied. Baba bole Nath ji, asa vekhan jogi vast na kai. Even though here it says us, some of the part is asa. And they say that in that way, that's the language and that's the way that Guru Nanak Dev Ji would speak. So this is how Guru Nanak Dev Ji would speak, and they said, Baba bole Nath Ji. They said, listen, Nath Ji, one of the name of the yogis. Asan vekhan jog vastana kai. They said, basically, I have no miracles to show you the type of miracles that you are looking for. Because so many times, even today, if we want to go to a Mahapurkh, somebody wants to go to a Sant, everybody wants to know what kind of miracles do they perform, what can they do. And for some strange reason, it's always to glorify a Mahapurkh. It's always these miracle stories that we share with each other that they did that was outside of the norms. For us to be able to have faith in them being a Sant or a Mahapurkh or a Guru. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, that type of miracle that you are looking for, I don't have that type of miracle to show you guys. Asan vekhan jog vastana kai. So what that's saying is, asa meaning I haven't got anything to show you. And they must have pressed Guru Nanak Dev Ji. This like, no, come on, there must be something. What is it? What's the magic that you give your Sikhs? What's the magic that's brought you here? Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Gur, Sangat, Bani, Bina, these three things. Because we often talk about the three pillars of Sikhi. But to be able to maintain on this path and to be able to stay on this spiritual path and keep growing, Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, Gur Sangat. You can't survive on this path without Sangat. It's not possible to survive and remain on this path without Sangat. Sangat, what is Sangat? The first thing they said was Gur. What Gur means here is the internal Guru. The internal Guru is referring to that Vaheguru that sits inside of us and speaks to us and guides us. And all of you would have experienced that guide, that Gur inside of you. So Sangat Ji, some of you might thinking, well, no, not me. Because a lot of us have got this, we've got this habit to look down on ourselves. And we're like, no, everybody else must, but not me. I haven't got that Gur, I haven't got that Vaheguru speaking to me from inside. It must be only Sim. That's how he's able to play such amazing tabla. Only Vaheguru must only speak to him, not me. Sangat Ji, okay, look, for some hear that Vaheguru less and some hear that Vaheguru more. Somebody explained it like this, that some people, they've blackened the mirror of their mind to such an extent, they don't hear that voice anymore. Or they hear it very less. Or some that are cleaning that mirror, that voice becomes very clear and loud. But it doesn't mean we listen to it. but we can definitely hear it. So Sangat ji, there's times in your life, you're about to do something in your life, you're about to take a certain step in your life, you're about to do something. But something speaks to you from inside and tells you not to go that direction and not to speak that, not to say that, not to go there. But you don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it wasn't as strong before, but the more Sangat you've been doing, the more you've been contemplating Gurbani, the stronger that Gur gets for you, that internal Guru speaks to you from inside. That's the Gur that Guru Nanak's talking about. Guru Nanak Dev Ji saying that that's the karamat, that's the miracle that I show to people, that this is your human potential and ability that we've all got equally, for you to turn inward, cleanse your mind and start hearing that internal Guru speaking to you. So how many of you have heard that Guru speaking to you from inside? You're about to take a certain step, you're about to say a certain few words to someone, and something inside of you, it's not a voice, not saying, don't speak. Probably doesn't sound like that. But because, we say Vaheguru's very innocent, Vaheguru's very childlike, so you never know. Right? But does God speak to you in that voice? No, okay. It's not quite a language or a voice, is it? It's just a knowing. It's called a knowing. That's what Guru Sahib refers to as Gyan, as the knowing. You don't know where it's come from, but there's just a knowing. Because in our mind, there's our thoughts. Yeah, everyone knows about thoughts. Yes, everyone has quite a few of them. Right? Who feels that they have one too many thoughts and they can't quite get a grip of them? Who feels sometimes that happens to them? Oh my God, there's too many. Definitely need Sangat. You're in the right place, don't worry. Okay, so we're in the right place. Most of us know about our thoughts. We have quite a few of them. In our brain, there's an awareness that is separate to our thoughts. And the world of psychology refers to that as, there's a fancy term for it. It's called metacognition. There's an awareness inside of you that knows about your thoughts. So has there ever been a time you're having a certain type of thoughts, they're ruminating, you can't quite stop them, but you know you're having them, and you don't want to have them, but you can't stop them, but you know you're having them. Has anybody experienced that? All right. So there's an ability, so there's two parts of our mind, two parts of which is the Nirmale Sadhus, which is the Friedcourt Steek, when they translated Gurbani, they call it two parts of the ego. So you've got the ego that they refer to as the impure part, and then you've got the Shuddh part. The awareness has the ability to override what your thoughts are trying to tell you to do. So you don't have to follow your thoughts, but there's something deeper than your awareness that's in your brain. Sangat ji, that is the Gur that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is talking about here. That is a deeper knowing. That's called Gyan. That's beyond even that awareness. That awareness is still physical, related to the physical body. Who's experienced that Gur? You don't know why, but there's something telling you not to do something or not to go somewhere. Who's experienced that? So you've experienced what we refer to as God speaking to us. This is where Guru Nanak Dev Ji wants to take us. But that inner knowing also at times tells you to do something as well. There's times when in life we're pushing something and we're forcing something, and there's something that there's a deeper inner knowing within yourself saying, just, that's done now. That part of your life's done now, just stop. Don't force it. You're going to suffer. Who's experienced that? See, it's very relatable, isn't it? Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, this is the karamat. This is the miracle that I'm giving people. I'm showing them how to go there, to connect to that inner Guru. And then they said, but you can't do that without Sangat. Sangat ji, so I think we should start adding to these three pillars. Because for me, this is the core foundation of Sikhi, is getting to that state of where we're in touch with that inner knowing. Where one of the core foundations for us in Sikhi is Sangat. What is Sangat? Guru Sahib Ji explained this in such an amazing way. What are we doing here? You're not only here to learn something with your mind and then try and understand it intellectually and make sense of it. You're here to do that as well. But you're here for more than that. So how does Guru explain what Sangat is? They say, Mil Sat Sangat, Khoj Dasai, Vich Sangat Har Prab Vas Hai, Jaao. So that's the famous part, is the second part. But we need to focus on the first part. So what is Sangat? If we think we can do this and survive without Sangat, it's not going to happen. Because this is what the Guru is saying to us. Mil Sat Sangat, Khoj Dasai. So, joining and coming together with Sat Sangat. Sat means truth. Khoj means seeking. Those that are seeking for the truth, when you come together with them, Sangat means with, when you join with them, those that are khoj, seeking for the truth, what do we do here? When we're here, what mindset do we bring here when we're sitting here? We're saying Dasai. Dasai means we're saying, tell me the way. So everyone that's sitting here should have this longing and yearning to say, tell me the way. You're not saying to me to tell you the way, by the way. Who are you asking to tell you the way? This is the amazing part. Guru Sahib is saying, you just got to come with that longing. The energy of this collective Sangat that comes together, that are seeking for the truth, within that you'll get to experience, and there'll just be this knowing of the way. Because in this presence of this energy of seeking for the truth is Vich Sangat Har Prab Vas. There's the presence of God within the energy of our seeking for the truth. Does that make sense, Sangatji? So if we all come here with that yearning to know the truth and that yearning to say, tell me the way, the presence in here will have an effect on you, a profound effect on you. Because the presence of that one is in here, in the midst of that yearning. That's a profoundness of Sangat. Sometimes you come here, you may not understand it, but you'll still take something away. Because there's something here that our energy is bringing. Our energy is bringing Vaheguru Ji's presence here. So sometimes you just come here and close your eyes and sit and enjoy the presence. If there are any of you here that are looking and seeking for regular Sangat and haven't yet joined, then we provide Sangat Ji. Every week we've been doing this since April 2021. Every week this happens, every Sunday at 6 p.m. on Zoom, online. And what do? The next part is Gur Sangat Bani. Go back to Bhai Gurdas Ji. Let's complete it. Gur Sangat Bani Bina. The third part is Bani. We contemplate Bani, the Guru's word. Why do we contemplate the Guru's word? In the Sangat, to feel the presence, to go back to our inner Guru. See how it works? You contemplate Gurbani to cleanse our mind, and then in the presence of the Sangat, the profoundness of the effect the Bani will have will open the doors for you to hear the inner Guru speaking to you. And so, if you just show the poster, I don't know if it'll come up. So Sangat Ji, every Sunday, 6 p.m, you can join. You can go onto the website, on our website, journeyofcompassion.com. If you go onto the events, you can join up for this Sangat. And this space, when we contemplate Gurbani, you can feel the love and the warmth, and it's truly transformed and changed lives to such an extent. So Sangat Ji, those of you that if you're seeking Sangat and we contemplate, all we do is we contemplate Gurbani. Such a loving, warm feeling. Ben, you can vouch for it. The vibe is just, it's transformed lives. There was people that started there last year, even Sikhs I know that were in a really bad state, self-harming, had been self-harming for years. Some were having panic attacks, and Guru's Kirpa, just from the presence of the Sangat, it's just, they've gotten better. So that you can join us. And for local Sangat, for our Penjis, for our cause, Singhniya, there is the cause forum that our where is she gone? Gurpreet Kaur here leads the cause forum. They sometimes have different Penjiya and cause leading that, and that is every month at random dates. Yeah, you just gotta check Instagram, right? So that's the next one is on the 23rd November, and that's a very safe space for Penjiya, for the cause, and that's at Baba Deep Singh Gurdwara, and yeah, Akhaa, Jeevaa. But just before that, let me tell you a quick Sakhi if you think you can do it without Sangat. Bhai Vir Singh Ji. Who's heard of Bhai Vir Singh? Who's heard of Bhai Vir Singh? Alright, a great Punjabi poet who passed away in 1957. And he was born in the late 1800s. Sangat Ji, let me tell you what happened to Bhai Vir Singh. Bhai Vir Singh would sit in the Parkarma of Sri Harmandir Sahib. Who's ever sat and listened to Kirtan in the Parkarma of Sri Harmandir Sahib? Who sat there and listened to Kirtan there? So back in the day, in the early 1900s, you'd have all sorts of sadhus. You'd have Muslims sitting there listening to Kirtan. You'd have Hindu sadhus sitting there with their jata, with their dreads and everything. All sorts of different type of people that would come and meditate in Harmandir Sahib. It's a place of just everyone connecting and meditating. Bhai Vir Singh Ji would sit in the Parkarma, and he built himself up to such an extent, he would listen to Kirtan and he'd be sat without moving for up to 8-9 hours a day without moving. Even in the heat, no, he wouldn't move, budge. Internally, he'll just be doing Gurmantar, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, and he'd be in tune with the Kirtan. Sangat, but something happened to him. His focus started to decline. So from 8 hours, he went to 6 to 4 to 3 and about half an hour. After half an hour, he started getting distracted and he thought, what's happened to me? I was sitting for like 8 hours without being distracted. And Sangat Ji, so he's gone away. His Nana Ji, Gyani Hazara Singh, his Nana Ji used to do Sangat of Mahapurkhs. So Bhai Vir Singh Ji's gone to his Nana Ji and said, I need a Mahapurkh to speak to. He told the Mahapurkh that, I used to sit in Darbar Sahib Parkarma, I used to meditate for 8 hours, now I can't even concentrate for half an hour. Sangat Ji, has that ever happened to anyone where you used to be able to sit for long periods and just, but then there was a stage came then you get distracted quite easily and you can't sit for as long. Has that ever happened to anyone? Yeah, there's a few things here. No? The Mahapurkh said, do this. There's a very particular location I want you to go and sit. There's a jungle. I want you to go and sit there and start meditating there. Bhai Vir Singh Ji went to that jungle, started meditating, built it up from his concentration half an hour back to sitting there for 7-8 hours. He thought, this is amazing. But the same thing happened. He retracted and he went back to 8 hours to concentrate normally for half an hour, even in the jungle. After some months, he goes, "Ek hi hoya." He's like, go back to that Mahapurkh. He's like, same things happened. I was meditating for 8 hours in the jungle. Now only half an hour, my concentration's gone. He says, go back to Darbar Sahib and sit in the Parkarma again. He's like, all right. Goes back to Darbar Sahib, but now he goes with fear. I don't know what I've been doing. I don't know what I've done to mess up. And he's fully focused. He's not looking around. He's just listening to the Kirtan. He's got this, what Guru Sahib Ji referred to as Nirmal Pau. Nirmal Pau is this fear filled with devotion. And it's the second law basically. And Nirpau pa man hoye home mal gavaya Balaram Jiyo. And then the next pankti, Nirmal Pau paya. Nirmal Pau. This fear, but this fear is nirmal, it's pure. The translation there has translated Nirmal to Vaheguru, but what we're doing is we're translating Nirmal to this very pure fear. So do you know what this pure fear is like? I always use this example. Who's ever went to watch their nephew or child or someone doing a play at school? Who's ever gone to watch a play at school? Yeah? So, or if you've been a kid at the play and your parents come to watch you. Yeah? Who's been there? Like, yeah? All right. Still. Oh, God. All right. Manpreet, your mom still comes to watch you do plays. All right. But Sangat ji, you know that. Imagine if you get late. Imagine the parent that's coming gets late. So children, imagine your parents are getting late and you think they're not going to come now. But then all of a sudden they turn up. Has that ever happened to anyone? Yeah, fuck it. What are you trying to say? We're always late. We are always late. Phrase, please. So they're thinking they're not going to come. I can't believe they're not going to come. And they're not fully giving it everything they've got. They're doing their play, but it's like, yeah, and then Jesus Christ came and he was all right, you know. It's a good lad he was. You know, and they're just not really in it. The parents turn up and all of a sudden they're like, wow. They look at you and they're like, aa gaya. And now they're fully there and they're giving it everything they've got. They want to impress you. Sangat ji, that's nirmal pao. This fear isn't that with a negative connotation. This fear is beautiful. This is when you think that Tum maat pita hum barik tere. You feel that, oh Vaheguru ji, you're like my mother watching me. Oh Vaheguru ji, you're like my father watching me. I'm your child. And I want to remain conscious because I'm in this play too, in the play of this world and life. And I know you're watching me like a mother. This is what this life is. And now Bhai Vir Singh ji goes like that child, Hum barik tere. Tumri kripa mein hai sukh kanere. It's with your grace that I get to experience so much sukh. And now he's on his best performance, Bhai Vir Singh ji is. He builds himself back up. And now he doesn't get distracted. He goes back to that Mahapurk. He goes, what happened to me? Come on, you can't just leave me and not tell me what happened to me. He goes, what happened? He said the first time round, when you was in Darbar Sahib and you used to meditate for so long, what happened to you one of the days was you spotted somebody sitting in the Parkarma that only had sat there for about 2 minutes and he couldn't sit and he started to move his legs around. He was all distracted and you judged him. You said, La, to 2 minutes bhi nahi beh hunda. He said, and you thought in your mind, look, he can't even sit for 2 minutes. I sit for 8 hours. He said, that's why your mind couldn't focus anymore. Kabir ek kadi, adi hu te aad. Bhagtan seti goshte, jo kine so labh. Bhagat Kabir ji saying, don't ever judge someone how much they're doing because you don't know within their 1 minute how much quality is in it. Kabir ek kadi. Somebody might be meditating for 24 minutes because that's what ek kadi is. Don't get too mixed up in the time. It's not about that. Kabir ek kadi, adi kadi. Somebody could be meditating only for 12 minutes. Adi hu te aad. But then somebody could only be meditating for, what is it, about, where are we on now? 6.5 minutes or 7 minutes? 7 minutes. All right. We're on about 7 minutes. But somebody could only be able to sit for 7 minutes. They said, Bhagatan seti goshte. But look, what matters is if they're having, when they sit even for those few minutes, are they connected and are they talking to Vaheguru from inside? Because that's what matters. Bhagatan seti goshte. Jo kinne, whatever somebody does, jo kinne so labh, it will be worthwhile. Like, it will be, Vaheguru will not overlook it. Patit pavan har bird sadai ek til nahi panne kale. Whatever effort you make, Vaheguru is watching you. doesn't matter if it's for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. I know, Sangat Ji, how many people struggle to sit down and do their part. Most people are too ashamed to tell somebody, especially Amritaris. Especially Amritaris that are not able to sit down and do their Panj Bani, and they're so afraid and ashamed to tell somebody. Instead, they'll just keep it to themselves and keep decaying themselves away and not share it with anyone. But no, we should be comfortable and be able to speak to each other and tell each other what we're really going through and what our state is. Because Kabir Ji is saying, Jo kinne so la, whatever you're doing, why not encourage someone to whatever they're doing, just do 5 minutes and just give it everything you've got for that 5 minutes. So Sangat Ji, Bhai Vir Singh Ji said, yeah, but alright, I get it, I messed up. I looked down on someone. But then what happened to me when I went to the jungle? He said, then why did I get distracted then? He said, because then, when you got back to 8 hours, you had a thought, I can do it without being in Sangat. I don't need Sangat anymore. He said, and then again, the arrogance filled your mind. You thought you don't need Sangat, and that's it. You started declining again. And he said, then how comes now I'm okay when I went back to Darbar Sahib? He said, now you went with this loving, devotional fear in your heart. Have you been judging or looking at anyone now? He said, no. Sangat Ji, so to remain on this path, Sangat, and not feeling that we're above anyone. So let's sing these words. Akhaa, Jeevaa, Visarai, Mar Jaao. Sangat Ji, want to hear everyone singing. Is that okay? Is everyone going to try and sing? Right. Nobody's got, a more out of tune voice than mine. So like nobody can say that they're shy and afraid to sing. Baba Anand Singh Ji would say, "Kende koi nahi Guru Nanak de gun gaane a, kende pama katte vangu koi adenge." So basically, they said doesn't matter even if we're this crazy out of tune katta. What's a katta? It's like a, huh? Majda bacha. What's that in English? A calf. All right. So even if you just, a baby buffalo. All right. Yeah, there you go. A calf or a buffalo. If you sound like one of them, Baba Nand Singh Ji said, it's all right. As long as you praise Guru Nanak and you sing this Bani, it's cool. As long as we don't sound like that on the mic. So I normally, if you've noticed, I normally move away. And preacher and actually turns me off from the recording so it doesn't go out on YouTube. So, Sangat Ji, there we go. Let's do this.
Vaheguru Akhaa Jeevaa Visarai Mar Jaao Akhad Akhaa Sacha Naam Akhad Akhaa Sacha Naam Akhaa Jeevaa Visarai Mar Jaao 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 Akhad Akhaa Sacha Naam Akhad Akhaa Sacha Naam Akhad Akhaa Sacha Naam Akhad Akhaa Sacha Naam Jeevaa विसरै मार जाओ। आखा जीवा विसरै मार जाओ। साचे नाम की लागे भूख, साचे नाम की लागे भूख, साचे नाम की लागे भूख, साचे नाम लागे भूख। उत भूखे खाए चलिए दुख, उत भूखे खाए चलिए दुख, उत भूखे खाए चलिए दुख, उत भूखे चलिए दुख। सो क्यों बिसरे मेरी माए, सो क्यों बिसरे, सो क्यों बिसरे मेरी माए, सो क्यों बिसरे। साचा साहिब साचे नाए, साचा साहिब साचे नाए, साचा साहिब साचे नाए, साचा साहिब साचे नाए। आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम। आखा जीवा विसरै मार जाओ। आखा जीवा विसरै मार जाओ। आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम। आखा जीवा विसरै मार जाओ। आखा जीवा विसरै मार जाओ। साचे नाम की दिल वड्याई, साचे नाम की दिल वड्याई। आँख थके कीमत नहीं पाई, कीमत नहीं पाई। जे सब मिल के आखण पाए, जे सब मिल के आखण पाए। वड्डा ना हो ना होवे घाट न जाए, वड्डा ना होवे घाट न जाए, वड्डा ना होवे घाट न जाए। ना ओह मरे ना होवे सोग, ना ओह मरे ना होवे सोग, देंदा रहे ना चूके भोग, देंदा रहे ना चूके भोग। गुण ए होर नाही कोए, गुण ए होर नाही कोए, गुण ए होर नाही कोए, गुण ए होर नाही कोए। ना को हो ना को होए, ना को हो ना को होए, ना को हो ना को होए, ना को हो ना को होए। धन गुरु नानक देव साहिब जी, धन गुरु नानक देव साहिब जी, गुरु नानक देव साहिब जी, नानक देव ना को हो ना को होए, ना को हो ना को होए। आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम। आखां जीवा बिसरे मर जाओ, आखां जीवा बिसरे मर जाओ, आखां जीवा बिसरे मर जाओ, आखां जीवा बिसरे मर जाओ। आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, औखा साचा नाम। आखां जीवा बिसरे मर जाओ, आखां जीवा बिसरे मर जाओ, आखां जीवा बिसरे मर जाओ, आखां जीवा बिसरे मर जाओ। जे वड आप ते वड तेरी दात, 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 जिन दिन कर के कीती रात, जिन दिन कर के कीती रात, खसम विसारे ते कम जात, 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 नानक नावे बाज सनात, नानक नावे बाज सनात, नानक नावे बाज सनात, नानक नावे बाज सनात, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखण औखा साचा नाम, आखा
Who's heard the background and Uttanika to the Shabad before? Do you know the story and the background to the Shabad? Who's gone through that? No? Okay. Who would like to know the background to the Shabad? Just to make sure. There's a lot of things that I don't want to know, so I'm not sure what to do. What, you're going to tell them that you want to know? All right. So, Singhs, do you want to know the story behind the Shabad? All right, thank you. Sangat ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha is in their late teens. After they've gotten married, Princess Sadbir Singh writes that Mata Tripta ji is getting concerned and said, what is it? You've not been eating properly. You sit here in just meditation and I can see that you're saying something, you're doing something. You sit for long hours. You're not like the rest. You've not come out for days. And she said that, what is it? Just, what are you doing? Can't you just stop for a moment? Guru Nanak Dev Ji didn't speak. And I was imagining this as Raja Singh was singing the Shabad, that they would have been sat on their manji, on, you know, like the manjiyan you get in India, and they would have been sat on a manji. And I was trying to imagine, they've just visualized their chehra, but you just can't, can you? Like what the chehra, their face would have looked like. And I just feel that there's not a fitting word in English for the word chehra, because it's just, face just doesn't do it. And because of face in Punjabi it's muh, but chehra is like just, ooh, something's just wow. There's no word, is it? Is there? Yeah. And as we were singing the Shabad, eventually, because I couldn't just, you can't put a face on Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And all I could see was just this radiance and just this, just red. This lalli. And Mata Tripta Ji is coming inside, and as a mother would, you get concerned for your child. And she's saying, "Bas, go just someone, just for a moment, just can't you just, what is it?" Guru Nanak Dev Ji wouldn't speak. And they say that she said, "Kinde Rab da wasta kuj da aakh." She said, "For the sake of God, say something." And she said, "Just for a moment, can't you stop?" Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, "Akhaa, Jeevaa. I'm only living, I'm only alive because I'm doing what I'm doing." Akhaa, Jeevaa, Akhaa means to say. But we think to say just means to say a word. Because there's many times we might be saying the word, Vaheguru, but we still feel disconnected. That's not what Akhaa means. We might say the word Vaheguru, but we still feel anxious from inside. We still don't feel connected. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji said Akhaa, Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that I'm connecting. That I'm actually saying Vaheguru, I'm disconnecting from my ego. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji saying Akhaa, Jeevaa, and that's what makes us alive. Sangat Ji, because when you're truly saying the word Va, I put a post out a few days ago, some of you might have seen it. What is this word Va? Va is a natural expression that is just in your breath. It's just, if you take a breath in, it's just there. But it's only there in that way if you're in awe. Because when you're really saying Va, your inside is in complete surrender and acceptance. You could be saying the word Vaheguru, but you're not accepting internally the way somebody spoke to you and the way somebody stabbed you in your back. You're not accepting, you're fighting that from inside, but you're saying Vaheguru. There's no connection. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, when I say his name, when I'm saying Vah, I'm in this just natural state of gratitude. I'm looking at you and I'm in awe. And I'm just saying, wow. If we really said Va, it means we're breaking away from our ego. Because then, Visarai mar jaun. When I separate from that Va, being in awe of that one, then I separate and I die. What does it mean to be dead? To be dead means to be living in your ego when life is all about me, I, me, and a bit more of me. When life is all about, I'm not going to be able to let go of the way you spoke to me and what you did to me. That means my life is about me and about me. I'm self-centered and I can't see outside of that. I've disconnected from Va. I'm not in Guru. I'm not with you anymore. I've disconnected. I'm with my ego. I'm dead. I've become an individual. I'm not looking at the vastness of this creation and this life. Sangat Ji, what is it? What is it that is causing us so much pain in our lives? Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Dukkha vichoda. It's when we separate from that vah, when we separate from that acceptance, when we separate from being in awe, then we get stuck in our ego and life becomes all about us. Then it's not about you, it's about me. I always try and say to the kids, if they've just passed an exam or something, and it's always about the birthday's coming up, what am I going to get? Here's my list. I want this. And we all do this. And I said, what about you? And they said, what do you mean, what about you? I said, you is Vaheguru. When something amazing happens to us in our life externally, shouldn't we think, how can I now serve Vaheguru? Not what can I get, what can I give? The skills that I've been given, people talk about purpose today. You look at it on social media, it's all about finding your purpose. There's only one purpose of a human being. That's to serve Vaheguru. And you'll ask, how do you serve Vaheguru? If Rajan Singh needs advice, guidance, and he cries out to me, if I've spoke to Rajan, I let go that I gave advice to Rajan. I let go of that. I was given the opportunity to fulfill my purpose and serve Vaheguru. There's no such thing as Rajan. Imagine living your life like that. Because if we live like that, you can't get hurt. Because now, I can't say, well, now I expect something back from Rajan because I didn't give anything to Rajan, I served Vaheguru. And if I was expecting something back from him, and he doesn't live up to that expectation, what's that going to cause? Suffering. That's dukh vichoda. Ek dukh bhook. Labhi nahi pangti. Sangat ji, dukh vichoda. That means in that moment, if I thought me, the ego, gave something to Rajan, that means I've separated from Vaheguru and I'm setting myself up to suffer. I'm not then Akhaa, Jeevaa. That's not me living then. I've died in that moment. If I'm thinking I'm giving you something and hopefully, obviously, he's going to return that favor, that's disconnection, that is separation, that is dying. That's what Guru refers to as dying. Sangat, people say that I need the love of a mother. I didn't get it from my mother. People say, I need that, I need love, I need a brotherly love, I need a fatherly support, I need this, I need that. This constant, I need this. But we want it of people. We expect it from the people that have got the labels, mom, dad, brother, sister, friend. We've got this expectation, they should be a certain way and they should give us a certain something. That's called separation. That's called, you're dead, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says. Visarai mar jao. Then what do we do? Guru said, you want the love of a mother? Mera maat pita. Tum maat pita hum barik tere. Tu mera pita, tu hai mera mata. Tu mera bandhav, tu mera prata. Think about this deeply. What it means to separate and what it means to live. I wasn't going to translate it like this but it's just what's coming, but maybe this is what the Sangat needs. Sangat, have you ever thought that Gurbani says to us that Vaheguru is our mother, Vaheguru is our father, Vaheguru is our brother, Vaheguru is our relative, Vaheguru is everything? Who's ever had a doubt for a moment in their life and thought, well, how? I can't feel it. Who's had a doubt? Well, how? I can't feel it. Because we're still expecting it from our partner, from our mother, but say if they don't know how to give it because they haven't got it themselves. Sometimes we expect our parents to know everything and be perfect. How though? Like, how were they meant to be perfect to know it all? How are your partners meant to know exactly how to be and how to be that perfect partner? Obviously, we should be working on our relationships, but then how can we get that from Vaheguru? What does it mean to connect to Vaheguru and to be connected? So Sangat ji, try this in your life. Say, Vaheguru, I want that motherly love from you. I want that fatherly strength and support from you, Vaheguru. Vaheguru is formless. And now what? Where? Hello? Anyone there? Vaheguru? Right. Not feeling it. Where are you? Sangat ji, the moment you do that ardas, Vaheguru, I want you to be my mother. Then Vaheguru is saying, are you ready? Because you're going to get it. Because that's just the way it works. Jo mange Thakur. It's just the given. Are you ready to receive it? And then now you've got to open your heart. But there's a catch. What's the catch? It might not come from where you wanted it from and where you was expecting it from. Does that make sense? It's going to come though. Vaheguru will give it to you. You just got to open your heart to it. It will come, but Vaheguru will give it through someone. And you will get it, and that's Vaheguru giving it to you. But it just might not be from the person you expected it, what you wanted it from. Because that's not how this life works. I might expect Rajan to be a certain type of friend to me. He's a bad example because he's an amazing friend. Somebody made a comment on one of our videos. He said, why do you always look down on Rajan and treat him like an angry little boy? You know, you always use him as an example that he's angry. There's people out there, for God's sake. You know, there's this, I watched a film recently, I don't know what film it was. It was on Netflix, I think. The School of something like that, the good and evil or something like that. They were trying to divide people that they are good, they are bad. That's so far from the truth. Because sometimes we fall from grace and our ego comes through and we can be a nasty piece of work. But then that same person, that same body, we drop the ego and the grace comes through and we can be absolutely amazing and beautiful. Do you agree with that? And I'm quite fortunate, I've got to see that side of Rajan quite a lot. That somebody that, like, I think Vaheguru works through him for me and is an amazing friend. The only thing we do is laugh. We don't get much of a word in. You know, as soon as we pick up the phone, we say one word. It's like, and it's two little, like, it sounds like two little girls laughing. You know, I think if it was on loudspeaker, my wife would get worried. Who are you speaking to? But my point is, Vaheguruji gives us. Don't think Vaheguru isn't there. We've got to listen. We've got to open our heart and know, I asked for this. Look, I'm getting it. Just because I didn't get it from the name I wanted it, but I'm getting it. And don't think it's Rajan giving it to you in that moment. That's Vaheguru. Because Vaheguru listened. And Vaheguru then gave it through Rajan. And then I don't hold on to Rajan and get attached to him. Now I'm thinking, Rajan, can I have more of it? But he might not be in grace in that moment. That's separation again. That's Visarai mar Jaao. If I expect that from him again, every time, Rajan, give me some more of that laugh. He's like, well, I'm in my ego in this moment, get lost. And he's like, Galan Kardan. But Sangat, see how Vaheguru works. Connect yourself to Vaheguru and you'll never get hurt again. Vaheguru will provide to you whatever you need, however you want that love. So Sangat ji, dukh vichoda, it's the separation that hurts us. It's a very long katha, I'm not going to do it now. Maybe another time. The whole Shabad, it's mind-blowing because this actually then goes through how a doctor came to see Guru Nanak Dev Ji. It's a very long katha. It'd probably take an hour to do. I'm not going to do it, I promise. I promise I'm not. Because in this Shabad, Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks about how doctors are treating people's symptoms, and most of even their physical ailments and diseases of the body are coming from their ego and expectations and attachments, and that's how they're getting ill physically, and doctors are just treating your symptoms with medication. Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks about that in this Shabad. And they say to the doctor, but you're not getting to the root cause. Their root cause is their attachments and their separation and their ego that is destroying them. Sangat ji, did you know that Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks about that? That we physically get ill due to our own attachments and ego, and doctors are treating symptoms. Who knew about that? We'll do vichar of that Shabad, one of the Diwans. But now, for now, Gurbani is just filled with so much. To take away today, I don't normally do this in this Diwan, but just to kind of a recap almost. Sangat, the profoundness and importance of finding Sangat that are filled with seekers of truth and being amongst them so we can grow closer to Vaheguru. And Sangat, remembering if our dhyan, if our focus has broken, it's because of something we've done. Have a quick check. Did we judge someone? Did we speak about someone in a certain way where we can't focus anymore? Quick self-check. What am I doing where I'm not connecting anymore? Akhaa, Jeevaa. And then the third thing to take away, Sangat ji, start living. Akhaa, Jeevaa. Living means start saying, wow. Start living in that Vaheguru. In gratitude, in connection, in only yearning for Vaheguru. Whatever you want, it'll come from Vaheguru. And then don't hold on to that person, the vessel that it came through. Just hold on to Vaheguru. Connect to Vaheguru, Sangat ji. That's what this is all about. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Gurpurab is all about connecting to Vaheguru. Is just go back in and say Vaheguru. We keep missing out on life. We keep thinking life is going to happen tomorrow. Life is going to happen when I achieve that. No, life is when. Life is? When is life? Sangat ji, everyone say? Now. Let's all say Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Sangat ji, jap liye thoda ja. 2 minutes. Let's just straighten our backs and let's just jap Guru Nanak's name. But now, with the yearning of saying, Guru Nanak, unite me with Vaheguru. I don't want to be separated anymore. Who now feels that enough's enough? I've caused myself enough suffering and I don't want to suffer anymore. Who's ready to just, they're done. It only can be done if we break away from the I and the me. But, Rajan, I can't believe you said that to me. I'm a pracharak, you can't speak to me like that. Yeah, all right, carry on then. Keep suffering if you're going to feel like that. Connect to Vaheguru. It's the ego that's killing us. It's simple. Japiye. Aao ji. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
राम कली महला तीजा आनंद एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद आनंद पया मेरी माए सतगुरु मैं पाया सतगुर ना पाया मन वजिया बजा शब्द का बनया शब्द गावो हरि मन जिनी बसार कह नानक आनंद हुआ सतगुरु मैं पाया मन तेरे आगू सदा रहो हर नाल रहो तेरे विसारणा अंगीकारो करे तेरा आरज सपना गला सम्राट स्वामी तो क्यों मनो विसारे कह नानक मन में सदा रहो हर नाम साचे साहेब करता तेरे सब कुछ है जिसने सोहा सदा सिर्फ सलाह तेरी नाम मन वसाए नाम जिनके मन बसया वाजे शब्द कने वड्याई। कह नानक सुनो संतो शब्द तरो, साचा नाम मेरा आधारो वाजे। पांच शब्द तित घर सभागे, घर सभागे शब्द वाजे। भला चित करतारियां पंच दूत खुद वास कीते, काल कंटक मारिया। तुर करम पाया तुद जिनको से, नाम हर गैलासे। कह नानक आनंद सुनो वड पाकियो,